We're on Wednesday already. Just imagine this on Friday. Just imagine that money landing in your bank account, because it really could be you. Someone is winning this stuff every week. Wow. Huge, life-changing amount of money. £250,000. To get your name into the draw, you simply text the word cash to 83958. That's cash C8.
We're still going to be watching the Black Jaguar.
Jag triggered to get in early. I'll just drive past you, use all the space, and then get in a little bit further up.
The classic middle lane hoggers that we see on most motorways around the country. We're watching in particular the private hire, the silver Skoda, but the Tesla also has an interesting part it plays. Keep an eye on both of those vehicles I've just mentioned. First of all, the taxi driver overtakes the driver of the Tesla. Then the driver of the Tesla, after overtaking precisely no one throughout the whole clip, decides to move back to the left. Then have a guess where the private hire wishes to go. In faster moving traffic, get into lane in good time. Don't tailgate the car in front to get in late.
Stuck in the middle lane, all the way down, wasn't overtaking anyone, and then ends up doing that.
Notice my reaction, just let it happen and grow the gap in front. But we haven't finished with this clip yet.
Taxi drivers, some of them, superb. They have no idea about how to create best flow for everyone. It's just ironic. Middle lane hogger, and then barges in the last minute.
That was also the driver of the Jag from the clip before. It took them the whole length of the M57 to catch up.
Is that Jag from before? Get out early, barge in late. I think it was. There's quite a new feature on some of the latest Car Vertical reports, and it's a quick and easy rating for you to understand whether or not the vehicle that you're looking at is a good option to buy. Effectively, it compiles all the information that's contained within the report and gives us an easy to read graphic. It's that simple.
This is the actual report from a car that one of my mates has recently purchased, and this is how the report arrives at a score of 78. It lost 17 points on the operation. This reflects how the car was used and how that might affect long-term reliability. And the fact that this is a 15-year-old vehicle probably had the major affecting on this scoring. Under defects, it lost 5 points. This reflects issues that could affect safety, condition or overall reliability. And it looks as though this was caused by MOT fails in its history. The dispossession score was all green. The report also says that 78 is an above average score. The score suggests that the vehicle may be in fair condition, especially for its age, but this score would be below expectations for a newer car.
As always, Car Vertical are trying to improve these reports to make our car buying processes that little bit less risky, and this is a good improvement. If you use the code Ashley or the links in the description, you're going to be able to save yourself 20% on checking out your next potential purchase. Thanks, Car Vertical. By the way, if you're thinking of purchasing a car, an interesting one, give us a shout and I'll do a check for you. coming left. Read the signs. There was a little subtle change of speed, and why would anyone be then suddenly deciding to catch the vehicle in front? Closing space is such a big tell to anticipation. It really is. What's the Hyundai done that for as well? Go from a flowing lane into one that's a little more congested. They're absolutely coming left, without question. It's not a problem. They have to do that. Travelling down the motorway. Just careful of this blue one to my right as well. But if that Hyundai is going left, they're leaving it a little late to get in. It's as if I know what I'm talking about. Careful of coming past queues like this as well. People do have a tendency just to dive out. So I was slightly to the left side of my lane, reduced speed so we could deal with anything. That behaviour is quite strange, but it's understandable. The driver of the BMW came sat right next to me. Is that because they were expecting, if they'd have gone for that better space in front, someone in this lane, especially driving a green Focus ST, would then instantly close the space down? It's not just the stereotype of the car, it's just the normal behaviour patterns of people, and it reduces flow. Read the van before the signal as well. So what would I do now this lorry is positioned here? I would just go up to this position, and there's always little bits that you can do just to reduce that risk. That's impossible, don't forget, if I didn't have the space out in front of me. What would I do in that scenario? Well, I would drop back the other side of the lorry. I've also got to be careful of this red one. We are coming up in 2 miles to the junction that I'm taking. It's a big major junction to the M60, so it's just a balancing act. If you hold this sort of position with a red car though, this lorry driver has got to be really terrible and tailgate massively. He's coming up now as well for it to be an issue. And if he is going to do that, I've just about still got a pocket of space if one goes one way and one goes the other. But honestly, if he's going to tailgate, I'll just drop him behind the lorry. People say that there's not stuff that you can do to negate this situation. There is. There's always stuff that you can do to sort it out. Look at the lorry driver as well. What did I say about the exit? Was he really just trying to push past this one car just to get that little bit further ahead? Absolutely. Manage him now as well, because he's a pusher. I'm assuming that it's a he. So yeah, manage them. Slow them down. Keep away from the one in front. Don't be too eager to accelerate as well. Grow this gap in front and keep yourself options. Always this side if possible as well.
What the driver of this grey Mercedes does next is excellent. They can probably see to their right hand side, my left, that the road's clear, but they don't assume that I've seen them.
Nice sharp Mercedes. Was expecting me just to blast through. Good effort.
We're going to be watching this lorry behind me in this final clip, and ironically they get a little triggered at the Mini that gets in a little later than they would have wanted, but it's not much different than what the lorry driver does. Here's the Mini now that's come in from lane 3. They pick a reasonable gap, and now they're in the same lane as the lorry.
That lorry beeping the Mini. What a terrible lorry driver. Knew you wanted to go left anyway. An absolute blurt.